Yeah, dude, fuck, man, that was the most epic back room in all time. Fucking me, Joe Lozano, and BJ Penn. I was like, yeah, let's fucking get photos and everything, man. And then the pressure was on. I was like, because that's what it is in the back, man. When we go back there, it's like, fuck, we're a fucking team right now. Everybody back here, we're a team. We got to get a fucking win streak going.
That's right, buddy. As a fan, how exciting is it for you to share a background?
Oh, dude, he's my GOAT. Everyone can speak anything they want, man. He's my GOAT. He was the official fucking first reigning 55 champ, moved up to 70 and fucking beat fucking Matt Hughes. They didn't let him keep the 55 belt for whatever reason, but he was the first original fucking double fucking king. Fought me Lyoto Machida at heavyweight. I mean, give me a fucking break, man. I know that's fucking old school shit, but the reality is, man, who's gonna fucking ever do that again? He's a once and an ever athlete, 100%. Super honor, and we already talked, man. I'm going to Hawaii. We're gonna fucking chill. He's gonna fucking, I've never been there. He's gonna bring me to the big island, fucking show me everything, man. It's gonna be great.
What did BJ say to you after your fight?
I haven't seen him yet. They didn't let me back there yet. I had to go do a fucking media, and then they brought me to you guys. So I'll see him when we get back there. Oh man, I'm fucking rooting for him so bad, man. He's looking in great shape. Oh, he's the man. Super honored to fight with him.
Talk about your fight tonight.
Oh, goddamn! Corbin McGee, man.
Did it go the way you thought it would?
I knew he was going to be super tough, man. He's got a hardcore chin, never been submitted. But that didn't stop everything in my power to try to stop him. You know, I thought I almost for sure ended it in the second. I rocked him. And then I landed a head kick that just grazed him, man. And if it was a little bit lower, you know, maybe I would have got that KO bonus or performance bonus. But it is what it is. You know, I thought I was up on the scorecards going into the third. But in my head, statistics-wise and judges-wise, you never know what's going to happen. And I didn't want that extra 5 on my decisions, and I didn't want the chance of losing a potential decision if it went that way. So I went into that third round thinking, fuck, it's been a year since I fought for the UFC. I need that money so bad. This is for everything, man. This is for all the money. And you know, I felt it was going well until he got the takedown, and then once he got the takedown, we were so slippery at that point that every time I was trying to grab him and hold him and fucking get anything on him, he was just slipping out. So, you know, and then I was trying to stand up, and then he was holding me down, and then I would go back to trying to get stuff, and then I did get him into the dead orchard for a hot minute, and I did land a few elbows for a hot second, but then he was able to scramble out. And we were also right in his corner, so I could hear his corner going the entire time, giving him, you know, all the right pointers of what he needed to do to get out of it. And it was what it was, you know. I know we tried to finish strong. None of those elbows and everything really was landing clean. I was doing a real good job as far as trying to scramble and control and still try to be offensive and grab and break his posture and try to get my own offense going and not just try to lay there. But, you know, once I wasn't able to try to get control, I kept trying to switch between getting control to getting an underhook to try to standing up to then go baiting him to go back to my my guard and trying to work from there. But once again, man, we were so slippery in that third round, and it was like the last minute or so of the third round, maybe the last 2, that it was really hard to get anything. And anybody that knows anything, you know, he's got endurance for days. That's his heart and endurance are a big part of his strength. So, you know, more power to him. Both of us had nothing but respect. We know each other. I don't know if it's up there for fight of the night, but, you know, I could use the money, and him not getting his win bonus, I would love for him to get a win bonus also, or some kind of bonus also from that. So, you know, fingers crossed if that was possible. If not, you know, hopefully they just, I don't know if the new owners, if they do backyard or, you know, locker room bonuses, but hopefully they see that we literally left everything in there. And, you know, maybe we can get some more. You know, I don't like talking about my personal life and my personal business, but realistically, man, it's been a year since I fought, so this is what I do for a living, and that's a long time to make some money. Yeah, I fought Volkman, and yeah, I won in 17 seconds, but that wasn't a lot of money by any means. You know, in fact, it was just possibly paying the bills off that I owed from the 6 to 8 months that I didn't have a job, and then, you know, I went into this fight in debt, so. You know, I did everything I could to make a camp happen and be in as best shape and as best prepared as possible with this money and this win bonus. That's only going to allow me to get bigger and better training camp possibilities and really have that more focus on that and less stress. There's a, unless you're a fighter, you don't understand the stresses that go through it. But the holidays were here, and I wasn't able to really enjoy anything, man. The focus had to be on business at hand, and that was the fight. So as much as I love my friends and my family and all that, Christmas and New Year's was mediocre at best. It was, it was Tastic's hand, man. I knew once again. Of course, tough as hell. I knew what I was getting myself into. So there was really no enjoyment of leaving that focus and venturing out into enjoying life so much. It was like, this is the fight game. This is what I dedicated my life to. And above all, this is my third stint, man. This is my return, and I needed to make sure that it would, I wish I got to finish. I wish it was a lot more entertaining and as far as winning by KO or submission. But, hopefully, once again, we'll have to rewatch the video. But I know we fucking scrapped like a motherfucker out there as hard as we could. So hopefully it was entertaining and we did our job.
Standing there waiting to hear that decision, you didn't really have a look of confidence on your face. What was going through your head, and what was the relief like when you heard your name at the end?
More than anything, it wasn't that I didn't think I was going to win. I was fucking disappointed how that third round finished. I put so much into this camp that for it to end that last 30 seconds to a minute, I didn't mind so much the takedown. It was that once the takedown happened, not being able to get anything possibly going. And then once I did get the dead orchard and I was trying to get something going, the fact that he was able to get out of that was kind of disappointing. But above all, it was more just disappointment that it went to the judges. Not that I thought I didn't win, not that I didn't think it was possibly entertaining. It was just, I feel that's a disappointing, it's not the greatest victory anybody could hope for.
When he took you down, were you surprised because of your ground game? Did you think your kicks were causing him problems for why he took you down?
Honestly, I truthfully believe that the kicks helped even the playing field. He probably had better endurance than that. But there was a lot of body kicks and a lot of shots to the liver, and that takes a lot out of you. He trains at high altitude. You know what I'm saying? I train at sea level. So, us coming out here, essentially, he possibly has a little bit of an advantage there. And going to the body, I feel helped even the playing field. But once again, once he got the takedown, it was more, every time I went to tie him up, an overhook, it was just slip and slide, man. It was just so hard. He at least was drenched in sweat, so I was like trying to get it. And then it's unfortunate. I'll have to rewatch the video, but my recollection of it, it was just really hard to get too much. And above all, like what sucks the most is I probably could have stopped more of the strikes if I just held him, but that's just defense. You know what I'm saying? That's not me really going for anything, and I didn't want to just hold him and look for a stand-up or anything like that. I was trying to get some offense going, and by trying to get offense going, allowed him to really break away a little easier, as opposed to if I just probably completely tried to lock down and hold them and just try to do defense. I wanted to, if I could, fucking try to get a finish, man. When I got that orchard, I was thinking all these submission attempts that I could attempt to try. But when I landed some of those elbows, it helped him slip out because the impact kind of shot him through. So once again, it is what it is. We learn and we get better.
So going back to, you've been out and talking about the pressure, the monetary pressure, making your fight back in. How does, when you hear of other fighters that lose and maybe don't take the losing as well and what you've gone through, I mean, what goes through your head for somebody that's like,
Everybody's different. Everybody's different. I don't judge anybody by how they react. All I can do is try to live up to what I want to be, how I want to, more than anything when I do have kids, how I want them to see me. Like the way the media is these days, as far as social media and the internet, my kids are going to have access to everything you guys are doing right now. They're going to be able to look back and see this every day. So if I was here coming off the loss, I would show my face because I want them to see you can't win every day, man. I've had 7 losses in my career. It doesn't happen all the time. But I get up and this is what I do for a living, man. I know just because I lose doesn't make me lose my confidence in my skill set, But on that given night, it wasn't my night. It was what it was.
Hey Ben, you stated you weren't pleased with your performance out there in the post-fight interview. What things do you think you could have done differently besides obviously the finish that you were looking for?
Man, maybe just a little better preparation. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand the pressure that comes into this game. And when you come off a year of being in this organization, this is my third stint in the UFC. I don't know how many people can say that. I don't know how many people can say that. And right now, I'm 8-4. You know, like, I'm not a 3-8 fighter here in the UFC. I'm 8-4 right now. So I got skills, you know, but coming back, it's like at 7-4, there's a lot of people just calling me a journeyman, man, and that hurts my feelings. You know, I'm not a bitch or anything, but I'm 20 wins, 7 losses, and 2 draws. And if you look at who I've fought, man, they're tough dudes. You know, and at the time, especially my first stint in the UFC, John Fitch was the #1 contender. I took on 48 hours notice. Mike Swick, if he beat Dan Hardy, would have fought for the UFC title. Dennis Hallman beat Matt Hughes in like 30 seconds both times they fought for the lightweight title. So I'm like, and then Cote fought Anderson Silva for the title. I'm like, yo, man, I fought 3 title contenders that fought for the UFC title, and I fought a guy that was 1 fight away. That's how I look at my losses. If you look at the other guys, Douglas Leaney's the champ right now. You know, like I'm not the people I'm losing to. It sucks that I lost to them, but I've learned from them. I've gotten better. But they're no slouches, man. I'm not losing to nobodies. I'm losing to people that were seriously tough dudes that all had more experience than me essentially at the time. And I probably was the underdog and shouldn't have won. You know, so like that's what keeps me up, you know, as far as staying in the game and not fucking crying about my losses. I look at that as motivation. I look at that as like, man, like what I can be. Like these guys were ahead of the game. John Fitch might be retiring right now after he just won that title. You know, that makes me super sad for him because he said it might be the medical concerns or whatnot. But, I mean, that's a prime example, dude. That was another champion. He's still a champion. You know, these are guys that I fought and that I lost to, and I see no shame in that. No shame in those losses in any means. They made me who I am today. I bounced back from them tenfold. I've only lost 2 times in my life in a row. And it was, once again, it was the John Fitch and then Dennis Hallman. And both of those were decisions, tough fought decisions that, you know, I learned a lot from. They were both phenomenal wrestlers that were black belts in jiu-jitsu. So I had to up my game tremendously coming off that. When I got let go from the UFC, Joseph was straight up honest with me. And I didn't have any fault in that. He was like, hey man, you need to work on your takedown defense and either standing up or your aggression off your back, your jiu-jitsu. I 100% agree with him because I want to be world class. I would love to have been a title contender or fight for the title or won the title. And without those 2 things, I essentially couldn't have done that. You know, I wasn't bad off my back, but I wasn't world class probably at the time off my back. And I couldn't just live off the fact that I'm a long rangey striker with a great clinch. You know, I couldn't live off that. So I had to move, I had to improve. Everything has helped me learn. And look at me today, man, all the people the path that all this thing took me, when I made it back to the UFC the second time, and I made history with Doom Plot, I was like, this would have never happened. Would have probably never happened. I would have never met and trained with the people that I trained with to get where I am today. And that includes right now, beating Court McGee. You know, this guy's super tough, and who knows if it would have ever been possible of winning and beating this guy if I didn't lose the fights that I lost and things didn't play out the way they played. So, you know, I'm very happy with where I am in my career. I'm very happy with how things have worked out. I'm super happy I just won that fight. I really needed the money, and it really worked out. And I'm really happy that you guys are giving me this interview in this time right now, man. I love the media. I think you guys are freaking awesome, man. You guys make this sport.